So 2026 is here. We are well in the swing of the mid-2020s and all the older Gen Z cohort are having quarter-life crises. And I'm one of them. I'm very quickly approaching 25. I've just finished a bachelor degree in a career that I do not want to pursue. I am crashing with friends while I look for a place to live after coming home from a year abroad, and I'm waiting tables while I get rejected en masse from every entry-level job under the sun. So I've got lots of decisions to make about where I want to live and what I want to do for work and whether I want to do the whole house and kids thing by the time I'm 30 or just keep living out of a backpack and traveling the world for the next decade. Luckily for me, the world is my oyster, and unluckily for me, the world is my oyster. And like many other young people before me who are thinking about all the people they could be and all the lives they could lead, I find myself staring up at Sylvia Plath's fig tree, paralysed by indecision and anxiety about unrealised potential. If you're not familiar with Sylvia Plath's fig tree, it is a famously devastating metaphor from her 1963 novel, The Bell Jar, and it illustrates the universally relatable anxiety of indecision in young adulthood and the pain of choosing one life path at the expense of all others and the consequences of inaction. I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another fig was a brilliant professor, and another fig was E.G., the amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Africa and South America, and another fig was Constantine, Socrates and Attila, and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. And another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion, and beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one they plopped to the ground at my feet. It's easy to see why so many people say that they are haunted by Sylvia Plath's fig tree. What this metaphor does so well is capturing the paralysing anxiety around making the wrong choice and how this anxiety can lead to indecision and result in opportunities passing you by. But it over-exaggerates the permanence of the choices that we make and doesn't capture the reality of life's flexibility. And that's because Sylvia Plath didn't intend the fig tree to be some universal truth about life. It is meant to invoke the same feelings of helplessness in the reader that the main character Esther is feeling. And this becomes really obvious when we take the metaphor and place it back in its original context. So in the novel, when Esther has this vision of the fig tree, she's actually quite unwell. She skips breakfast because she can't be bothered to get up and get dressed. She's ruminating about a failed relationship and describes herself as feeling quite lonely and weak. And she's comparing herself to people that she deems to be more successful and is thinking about all the ways that she thinks that she is a failure. And to top it all off, she's grappling with her identity in a society that has quite constricting gendered expectations of women. So the context of this fig tree metaphor is that Esther is anxious and depressed and literally hungry. Later in the day, she goes to a restaurant and she has something to eat, and she says this: "I don't know what I ate, but I felt immensely better after the first mouthful. It occurred to me that my vision of the fig tree and all the fat figs that withered and fell to earth might well have arisen from the profound void of an empty stomach." And this line reveals Esther's vision of the fig tree to be an anxiety and depression-induced cognitive distortion. Later in the day, when she's feeling a little bit better, she has more capacity to think rationally and positively about her future. And when we think rationally about the fig tree metaphor, it doesn't even hold up. Why would you only be able to pick one fig from a fig tree? Fig trees have 2 fruiting seasons every year for many, 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 many years. The metaphor doesn't make any sense if you're thinking about it as a metaphor for life. And that's because it's not meant to be a metaphor for life. It's supposed to illustrate how cognitive distortions work. You're presented with a fig tree with an abundant number of figs, so many figs that you can't quite make them all out. And every year, twice a year, the fig tree will fruit with another abundant number of figs. And you think you can only choose one fig, and that once you choose that one fig, all the other ones are inaccessible, and that the consequences of choosing the wrong fig are dire. Who made you think that? It's entirely irrational. And when you think about it, that's how we act. When you're feeling anxious and you're thinking about big life choices, oh, what if I choose the wrong career and then I'm miserable forever and I'm a failure and I can never switch paths and I never meet the man of my dreams and I never have a family and what if it all goes wrong? You're not thinking rationally in that sense, and neither was Esther. So in order to get our rational brains back online so that we can think rationally about our choices and our lives, we need to shed the anxiety and stop letting ourselves be haunted by the rotten and out of reach figs. And in order to do that, there's 3 things that we need to come to accept. Number 1 is that there is no one perfect life that is going to save you from dissatisfaction or pain or suffering. In any choice that you make, there will be things that are satisfying and things that are really not so satisfying. There will be great joy and great loss in every life path. Number 2 is that we have to realize that our choices are not permanent. Life is unpredictable and fluid and flexible. You can sidestep and backtrack and burn it all down and start all over, and that is totally okay. No one choice you make is a life sentence. Number 3 is that clarity comes after action and not before it. You will not get clearer on the choices that you're going to make by spending longer sitting under the fig tree and sizing up and comparing and analyzing figs. You need to start making choices and taking action in your life, and things will get clearer as you go on. Finally, your life doesn't start when you pick a fig. It is already happening all around you. You are already on your way. So be present in your life, in the path that you're already on, and practice some gratitude for the things here and now that are already bringing you joy. It's okay to visit the fig tree, to spend an afternoon dreaming of all the people you could be and all the lives you could lead. And no doubt when you come to a crossroads in your life, you will find yourself back at the fig tree. And you'll probably see me there too. But don't linger too long. Pick a fig that smells nice and then come away from the tree. Take the fig home, make some jam. There will be more figs next season.